Mr. Khaled, we talked about fingerprint cost of fingerprint systems. What about if you talk about a more sophisticated system as the AFIS system, cost-wise? What would you tell us about that?
It's costly, actually, compared to the other biometrics used in companies and for time attendance and access control. The reason is now in regular access control environment and time attendance environment, we see relatively small devices for authenticating persons. Those devices, they do a one-to-one authentication, and some of them they do one-to-many authentication, which is close to the AFIS type of authentication, which is one-to-many. But few systems are really accurate in this term, because when you place your finger and you expect an identification, then you need a good algorithm which will go and capture the correct result and send back the correct result for you, or the bad result. In the case of AFIS, we have huge systems. We're talking about farm of servers to and lots of processors just to go and check millions of records in seconds. Now, compared to the access control and time attendance system, we're talking about probably 1,000 employee, 5,000 employee, yes. 10,000 employee. The SAGEM, they have since they're they have been in this business for years. They produced a business unit which is or a business entry level unit which has up to 50,000 auto match. Wow. Which is for in that device, but the 50,000 is divided by 16, I believe, or 15. So we will have about 3,000 auto match for each category. Like, let's say you put one and then you put your fingerprint, it will be identified against 3,000, which is still high.
Yes.
But then if you go above 3,000, then you will have, let's say, to press 2 and then just put it so that it will go to the second 3,000. Saudi German hospital in Jeddah, they use the SAGEM, and I have asked them a couple of times about how they're satisfied with the system, and they said it's good. There are some issues, but they're just minimal, and the system is about maybe 2%, maybe they have issues with the system, but other than that, the system is just working fine. So in terms of cost, again, it involves the hardware and the software, and different terminals to capture the images and to get accurate images. And there are different modules for each software. There's a module for, let's say, enhancing the image of the other. Because it has more intelligence than the regular one, which captures the
you're building up a system with to reach your own requirements.
Exactly, and each system is priced differently. Yeah. See, in the access control system or the time attendance system, it ranges, let's say, from 500 riyal to 6,000 to 10,000. It depends. But in the AFIS type of implementation, we cannot have a definite figure unless we know what we are implementing exactly and what the customer wants to have after all from the system, because each project has different requirements. And each customer has different needs, and some of them they need integration with other systems. So it could be, small as a couple of millions to large a couple of billions for implementing an AFIS system. Right. And one more thing, actually, as we said, the comparison between the two systems. In that small system, we cannot have a big processor to process all the fingerprints, let's say, for a million. So this is the main reason why we don't have an auto-match facility in many of the systems we have in the market for access control and time attendance. Compared to the AFIS, no, it requires lots of processing. And those processors for the computer, they need to be bigger. And if we have them big, then we cannot have this small system for. So it's just a matter of
you'll eventually have